Well, good morning, friends at St. Francis of Assisi Parish. I hope you're doing well. If you were at our annual vestry meeting last weekend, you would have heard Trish Glover making a presentation on some planning we're hoping to do for the parish. If you were not able to attend, I'm here to give you a little bit of a capsule of what was talked about. So we've come through almost 3 years of the pandemic, and we've been holding our breath for the last 12 months, seeing how our church would bounce back in the first full year of being open. And like every family, business, and organization, we've changed due to the pandemic, and we've had to change due to the pandemic. We've made some adaptations along the way, but now is the time to draw a line in the sand and look forward. Not back in terms of how we used to be, but looking forward to who we want to be. So who do we want to be? What underlying factors are motivating that? What can we do to achieve that? What are the costs, both in terms of monetary inputs and personnel inputs? What are the best things to do to get the best bang for our buck in terms of our plan in the coming years? So call it visioning, call it planning, call it redefining, whatever you want to call it, now is the time to get a plan together. Some of the factors that we need to deal with in this planning process are new factors that are new realities we're facing. We have reduced attendance. Yes, we've recovered somewhat from the pandemic, but we don't have the numbers we used to have. And our financial contributions are not meeting our budget. And it's easy to understand why these things are happening. Aging of our parish members, some people have moved away, and we've also lost a number of our parish members. And finally, the economy is such that people are struggling a little bit with their contributions to the parish, let alone food on the table, paying rent, paying mortgages, that kind of thing. So it's understandable. We're also facing the potential of reduced rental income in the next, say, 18 months. The Meadowvale Islamic group is building their new building, and when that building is finally open, we're likely to see a reduced usage of our rental facilities by them. Now, there's a possibility they may still want to rent some space, and there are some other options that are being looked at as well. But nonetheless, we need to understand that there is a risk there of lower rental income, which will affect our budget. And finally, given it's our 50th anniversary this year, we need to revisit where we're going and make sure that this is a year in which we plan thoughtfully and prayerfully about where we want to be in the future. Some of the factors that we need to consider are we sustainable? Will we continue to be sustainable? Are we relevant in our community? Are we reaching new people? Are we serving people who are in need in our community? And then looking inside, are we serving our church and our home parishioners well? And how do we know that? So what we're going to do is we're going to do some organizing of this process. There's a working group that has been struck, and we're having a meeting shortly. But we do know that the approach we want to use is to canvass our congregation in multiple ways to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to have input. So old and young, well off, less well off, age groups that are on the fringe of attending church, those that are attending in person versus those that are attending online. We need to talk to all of them. And so we're going to be looking to all of you for participation in this process. And we'll be using things like surveys, workshops, to get everybody a chance to have some input. We plan on using a broad to narrow, funnel down approach in gathering information, opinions, and ideas. And then we'll distill that down, put together a plan, and share that with first the wardens, then the advisory board, and then with the congregation, and talk about how to execute that plan. So please keep us in your prayers as we go through this process. We'll be back to you shortly with some more information on how this process will roll out, and we look forward to you participating. Thanks very much, and enjoy your day.